Hmm? Hmm? Ah, not that, Jack. It seems as though I haven't really talked about Webtoon in a while, and I guess that is mostly due in part to the fact that I don't tend to start new Webtoon very often. But I have, over time, read some new ones, such as Maybe Meant to Be, Death of a Pop Star, Luff, Sired Relic, and Don't Read This. All of these Webtoon are amazing and deserve to be reviewed. Maybe if you guys want me to, I'll review all of them. But I want to point out one in particular that really captivated me, and one that I want more people to read, which is the last one that I mentioned, titled Don't Read This. Don't Read This is actually a Webtoon canvas story under the horror genre, and is made by I Drink Mercury. I believe that Don't Read This is the first and only story of theirs on Webtoon. After a first glance, you would think that it's nothing special, right? I mean, it is called Don't Read This, and the thumbnails for the chapters don't really scream, click on me. But once you fall into temptation, you will enter a rabbit hole of never ending interest to see what's next, and a story that will really speak to you, or at least it did for me. Although Don't Read This is a horror story, it does not kick into horror high drive until later chapters. If you know, then you know. The main character of the story is this very cute, big-eyed, armless little guy with no name and us. This story is one of immersion, where we play the role of the little guy's imaginary friend. Our little guy talks to us directly and interacts with us, and we can also interact with the world of the story. It is something rather unique, and not something that I had seen on Webtoon prior to reading Don't Read This. The art style seems rather simple at first, with our little guy being a jelly bean shaped character, kind of like some games I know. But it gets amped up with later art of bees and horrific imagery caused by our antagonist, who is a black, one-eyed being that haunts our little guy. The thing that really spoke to me about this story is the writing. Although oftentimes not as present in some chapters as in others, is very strong. From what I was able to understand from it, our little guy struggles with anxiety. He does not like towns and is frightened by a lot of things. And we, as their friend, help them through that. But after much progress, he retreats to his void, because of the one-eyed black antagonist that I mentioned earlier. What I think I Drink Mercury is trying to tell with their story is that our little guy is a very depressed, anxious, and isolated person, and that they often make up these people in their mind, such as the character we play in the story, as a means to help them feel more comfortable and branch off into the idea of leaving the void they live in. Despite the support and courage that we give them, or rather, they give themselves if my interpretation is correct, there is always something stopping them, which is the one-eyed black antagonist. I believe that our antagonist could be another aspect of the little guy, the one that insists and actively tries to keep them in their void, the culmination of all of their fears of humanity into one being. Overall, I believe that this story is, and will be going forward, about a person overcoming their fears of getting hurt by others, and their feelings of anxiety to live the happy life that they once lived. And I think that it's beautiful, especially as someone with anxiety and trying to live a better life while still acknowledging that it exists. I Drink Mercury has done an amazing job with exceeding my expectations for this series, writing a story that is compelling and speaks to many people, allowing people to feel truly immersed in the story with the way it is written, making art that is both simplistic and fascinating to look at, and overall making a story that should really be noticed by more people. Also, I wanted to mention that I myself have a webtoon called Love to Aura-kusan that you can check out if you're interested. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, Share this with your friends and family, and I'll see you all whenever. Bye bye!